Hey guys! So recently I went to this used book sale at a library in my area and I got a lot of books because they had this thing, if you pay $8 they give you like a brown paper shopping bag like you get at a supermarket, and you can fill it with as many books as you want. So I went a little crazy and I thought I would do a book haul to kind of show off what I got and so you guys can get to know me a little better by seeing what kinds of things I'm interested in reading. So, this is my bag. It's very heavy. So, the first book that we've got here, it's called Five Sisters, the Langhorns of Virginia. This is nonfiction. It's about this American family from Virginia and the daughters. They kind of all found kind of fame in different ways after the Civil War, and one of them even became Great Britain's first female MP. I just like history a lot, so that's why I have this. I've actually started reading it. How far am I? So I'm that far, and it's pretty interesting. I like reading about people's lives. The next book, I'm not sure if I want to read this because I'm afraid it will put me off of all food forever. This is Fast Food Nation, which you may or may not have heard about. And from what I understand, the guy who wrote this, he kind of went and looked at a lot of like food production kinds of things. I had to read a chapter of this in college once for a class that I forget what it was about exactly, the chapter. So I'm kind of interested in reading this, but I'm also afraid to read it. So we'll see if I read that. The next book we have here, Magical Thinking by Augustin Burroughs. I think I have read Running with Scissors. I'm not sure. But regardless, I like reading memoir type writing. I really enjoy David Sedaris' books, and Augustin Burroughs, in this one it looks like, is doing the same kind of writing, like in Running with Scissors. This book is called Escape. It's a true story of this woman who was living in this like polygamist sect, and she left. It says on the cover, I was born into a radical polygamist cult. At 18, I became the fourth wife of a 50-year-old man. I had 8 children in 15 years. When our leader began to preach the apocalypse, I knew I had to get them out. I'm assuming that she does get out because this book exists. But again, I just like reading about different people's lives. Christina Crawford, Mommy Dearest, which it looks like it is about Joan Crawford, but from her daughter's point of view, sort of, and I like biographies a lot, so that's why I picked this up. What's this? Okay, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I feel like I had heard about this book before, or maybe it just sounded familiar because the title is vaguely biblical. I think I pulled this off of the nonfiction rack that they had, but I'm not entirely sure. But it sounds like kind of like a trial murder thing. Barron skillfully interweaves a hugely entertaining first-person account of life in this isolated remnant of the Old South with the unpredictable twists and turns of a landmark murder case. I'm not sure if... I think I pulled this off the nonfiction rack, but I'm not fully sure if this is nonfiction or if it was just there by accident. A Girl Named Zippy. This is, again, another memoir thing. And I like memoirs. I've read a lot of memoirs, so it sounded interesting, and so I got it. Okay, next is another Augustin Burroughs. It's called Dry. And so again, this is just memoirs and crap. I like memoirs. This massive book is called The Autobiography of Henry VIII with notes by his full Will Summers. This is a novel, and it hasn't really come up, but I'm a big nut for like Renaissance era history and like pre-Renaissance and like old European stuff with like the monarchs and things like that, and especially the Tudor dynasty. I've watched the show The Tudors. I think I'm on my 3rd rewatch now, or 4th rewatch. And I've read also a bunch of nonfiction books about them, and I don't know why I'm so fascinated with them, but I am. And so it's like, Tudors, this is mine now. This is mine. It's about Henry VIII. It's mine now. The House of Tomorrow. I don't even remember half of what I put in here. The back of the cover It says this kid lives in a geodesic dome with his grandmother, but he has to leave the dome and go out into the world, and so he experiences the world really for the first time because his grandmother has kept him really sheltered. So this should be interesting. Sex and the City. Sometimes I like to read silly things of not very much substance, and I've seen some of the TV show, so I assume this will be a silly thing of not very much substance. And this is actually the the thing that inspired the show. So I don't know. It'll probably be interesting. Sweet Franchise. It is basically about Parisians in World War II. Historical fiction is something that I read a lot as a child and I still enjoy, so that's how I picked this out. The Help. Saw the movie, wanted to read the book for a while, saw it on the shelf at the used book sale, picked it out and put it in my fill as much as you can bag. There is one more book. Okay, this is called Mexican High, and it looks like it's kind of like a coming of age story. It says an American high school student at an elite international school in Mexico City. It is a revealing look at Mexican high society, its freedoms, dangers, and excesses. So I know, sounded interesting. So I got 14 books, and they all fit in here. And for $8, I got 14 books, which you really can't beat. So that's why cool, small local events like the used book sale I went to last weekend are cool. So that's it. This was just a quick little haul video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Peace out. Today you've watched krystaaaalkay. You can subscribe if you want, but if you don't, that's okay. One more thing.